welcome back to another episode, and class is now in session at the Relationship Boss Academy. I hope you all are doing fantastic and amazing. In a bonus episode I recorded with my husband the other day that will be coming out, we started talking about how do you know that you're with the one, and doubt, and we kind of got there. We got there. The conversation was going there. We talked about it, and I talked about a specific time, like that moment that stands out when you know that you are with the one. And then all of a sudden the conversation just like took a complete turn, and we started talking about communication and relationships, and how men are always silent and then they wait until the inopportune time when we bring a topic to the surface about what's bothering us to use that as their opportunity to talk about what's bothering them. So we kind of got there, but we didn't get to touch on the points that I really wanted to touch on. So I really wanted to use that opportunity today to help give you that like clarity and that sense of peace, and knowing when you are dating somebody, how you know that they are your person that you want to do life with, okay? I know that there are the obvious things, okay, that you know that you are with the one. I have also heard, and I'm going to get to those obvious things, okay? Like, I'm not going to skip it because they may not be so obvious for a lot of people. But I was really thinking about it while I was getting ready this morning and doing my hair and doing my makeup. Like, how did I really just find peace knowing that I was with the right person that I wanted to do life with? And I keep changing the way that I say that, like the one, into changing it to say, like, how did I know I was with the person that I wanted to do life with? And I know it's way longer, but maybe you don't have just one person, right, in your life that felt like a soulmate, or that felt like a love that like you couldn't live without. And that brings me to, there's been people talking about, and I know that people say it all the time, and I think I even had a conversation with my mom about this, that you potentially have like 3 great loves in your lifetime, and they all teach you different things. And I started to reflect back, and I'd be so curious to know if like you have experienced this same type of thing as well. So if you have, please comment or DM me and let me know. But we start with like our first love. Like, I had my first love in high school. I met him when I was 14, and we dated until I think we were about 18. And he was a great guy. Great guy. He was a great first boyfriend, and I loved him. I did. I really did love him. He was nice to me. He made me feel special, but it was first love. We were in high school. We were babies. But he was great. He did the whole asking me to prom thing with rose petals and the signs. Like, he was a really, really good guy. And I still always wish the best for him, of course, right? So he taught me that like love can be awesome, love can be amazing. And he also was my first heartbreak. This boy, as amazing as he was, he thought it was a good idea to break up with me on my 18th birthday. So yeah, that was a memory, of course, to just add it to the stories of reasons why I should probably write a book. And then you have your love that comes into your life that is going to challenge you to no end. That is probably a little bit unhealthy, probably a little bit toxic, and probably going to create that like passion-filled, chaotic love where you literally think that you cannot live without this person, and you probably have a lot of really unhealthy codependent tendencies in this relationship, and it's not good. Not great, but it's love, and you think that it's love, and it probably is love, but it's that like passionate, like fight. I don't even know how to describe it, but like it's the love that you need to heal from. It's the love that probably broke you a little bit. It's the love that you realized this is not what love is supposed to be. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? And I had that too. You guys have heard me talk about my ex time and time again in my story or whatever the case may be. But that was that. That was where I thought that love was the fighting, like physical fighting for your love, right? Like if any other man talks to you, like, I'm gonna beat their ass, you know what I mean? That kind of love. Or like the passionate fights with each other, and then the passionate makeup, I can't say it on this one, but I could say it on Patreon, the passionate makeup physical intimacy, the ups and the downs and the chaos and the just, honestly, the best way to describe it is the chaos. You lose yourself a little bit in that second relationship, right? And that's what I experienced. Then you have like a third love potentially, right? And not everybody has these three loves, but like often I do hear that this is like a trajectory. And then you have that third love, and that third love is your safe space. That third love is the one where you do most of your healing from the first two loves that you had. That third love is the safe space for you to be you, for you to, feel confident to heal from everything that you need to heal from and to grow from, and you grow together and you work together as a team to overcome anything. And that's the marriage that I am in now. And it really had me racking my brain to kind of be like, yes, okay, I knew that I wanted to do life with this person because of the obvious things, right? Like we can communicate pretty healthily. We're not perfect by any means, all right? I trust him. We've had a few betrayals of trust, like whether it's broken promises or words not aligning with actions, or you guys have heard him and I, even my husband and I, tell our story on previous episodes about what happened when there was a betrayal of trust and emotional infidelity happen, and we overcame that together, right? The obvious things also, such as, you can just let your wall down and be vulnerable with this person and share parts of yourself that you don't share with anybody else. It's a very intimate relationship because you feel comfortable doing so, and you know that you can do it without feeling judged, right? I wrote down a couple of more that stood out to me for me kind of realizing that he was the person that I wanted to do life with, right? And I feel so safe knowing that it's me and him against anything that comes our way. There is this such beautiful, like, underlying understanding that him and I have that no matter what happens, like, it's me and him together. Like, nothing is going to break us apart. And he does a really beautiful job at validating me, to telling me and making me feel like everything is going to be okay. Like when we experience lulls in our finances, and that scares the crap out of me because I'm always healing money wounds, right? He comforts me and lets me know that everything's going to be okay. And it doesn't feel like just words. We are a union. We are a team. We are going to get through this together, right? Even like my dog, she's 15. I've talked about her a couple of times. My Callie. Oh, my Callie. She's 15, but I look at her and I do that thing where I cry now, where I look at my dog and like Anthony's like, she's literally fine. Like she's fine. And Callie's probably looking at you like, girl, why are you crying? I'm here. I'm fine. But I have to be real with myself and know that my soulmate puppy, my soulmate dog, my best friend, I'm not going to cry, is one day not going to be here with me. And when I have those moments, he allows me to feel what I need to feel and cry and be like, listen, like, we have to be there for Callie right now, and she is going to be okay, and we will always do what is best for her, and you are going to be okay. And he's always like one step ahead, which is why he got us Maisie, my other puppy, who we just got, oh my God, almost a year ago, because he knows that I'm going to need that support and that strength if and when, I say if, but when that day does come, right? So it's like he's always thinking about us, and we're always working together to know that we can overcome any challenging moment that will arise. And it's just such it's like a guttural internal feeling that I just know in my intuition that it's safe no matter what comes our way. And it's like a feeling that you almost like can't describe. You just know. It's like an inner knowing that you two are going to tackle anything that is going to happen, right? Yeah, this one is important to me because I know that like I have someone who can be there for me to support me throughout the ups and downs of life, because I know that I have someone who puts up with me when I lose my mind, who puts up with me when I have moments of just like freaking out or having anxiety and panicking or worrying or overthinking, and or my temper gets the best of me. And I'm not saying that all of these things are right, that we should take out our temper on our partner. And I don't do that, but I'm just saying, like, I am who I am, and I can operate in all of these beautiful, healthy, robotic ways, but sometimes that's not realistic. Sometimes we will just lose our shit, and that's okay. And I know that I have a partner who allows me to just lose my shit, right? Who allows me to be me, who allows me to let it out, and he understands who I am. Right? He knows that it is not a personal attack on him. He knows that it is me just being me and needing to release whatever I need to release. And he allows me to do so without judgment. He allows me to do so without making it about him or taking it personally, right? And he allows me to just feel. And I appreciate that so much because we as human beings, we need to be able to feel. And sometimes that means having a freak out or an anxiety attack. And he has kind of learned me over the last couple of years about what I need during each moment that I potentially need it. You know, if I'm having an anxiety, if I have anxiety lately, he is the first one to kind of like grab a dog and be like, all right, clock in, bitch. Like, because he knows my dogs calm me down. He knows my dogs are there to like be my comfort blanket, right? So he's learned what I need over the years. If I'm frustrated or I'm too in my head, like, we'll go for a drive or we'll be productive and we'll do something to get me out of my head. And I hope that I also provide that safe space for him to also like freak out, but he is so even keeled. He doesn't even need that space to freak out. Like, he is my opposite. And that was a really big sign to me too. It's like, he's the peace in my storm. He's the calm in the storm, right? You know, and I think that we all need somebody who's not creating that storm and making it bigger and bigger and bigger, but can balance you out in such a really cool, beautiful way, you know? And no matter what, he lifts me up. He lifts me up. On my bad body image days, he doesn't say like, well, just go to the gym. He'll be like, but I think you're beautiful no matter what. Like, stop. Like, you know what I mean? Or if I'm having a bad skin breakout day, like, he is my biggest cheerleader. He is my biggest fan. And he always makes me feel beautiful on the days that I don't feel beautiful, right? When I'm sad and I'm feeling sorry for myself, you know, he encourages me to just feel sad and to have a day of wallowing and to feel sorry for myself. Or, you know, if I need a day of rest, he doesn't make me feel like I'm doing something wrong or not working hard enough or being lazy. He encourages that rest. Or if I'm online shopping and I'm like, I don't know, I shouldn't buy myself this thing. I don't know. He's like, treat yourself. Like, you deserve it. Treat yourself. So it's like he's always in my corner. And I love that because as an entrepreneur, it's like I'm a creative. I'm constantly changing what I want to do. I'm constantly redirecting myself. I'm constantly reinventing myself. And we're constantly growing. And I need someone who's there to support all of those ups and those downs of the journey of not just like having a 9 to 5 and waking up and coming home, because doing what I do, it's a lot of ups and downs. It's a lot of deep inner healing work, and it's a lot of feelings and emotions and self-doubt and passion and ideas and trying new things. And he's just always right there in my corner to support me no matter what I decide to do, you know. And I appreciate that so beyond deeply. And so these were just some moments that I could think about and some things that I could think about that are outside of the like cookie cutter norm things that we want to have in a partner, right? We want a mature partner who's willing to grow with us and learn what it takes to create a healthy relationship. And he does that, you know, like ever since I became a coach, I think we have grown as a couple in more ways than anything we ever expected because I started doing this work. So the knowledge that I have, I bring into our relationship, and he's just so open to that and listens to that. And we've created a really cool dynamic together as a team. And those to me are just signs that we made the right decision, that he was the right person to do life with and to create a relationship with. And does that mean that we have all these crazy, chaotic, passionate, intense moments? No. But does that mean we're not in love? Absolutely not. It means that there's safety. It means that even if days we feel boredom, that's safety. You know, in the days that there's not that chaos that you may equate to love from a past experience, right? That's peace. That's you feeling at peace with the situation that you are in. And any area that you need to grow and evolve in and work towards, there should be an openness to doing that. Does that mean that there will be bad days even if you are with the one you want to do life with? Of course there's going to be bad days. Of course there's going to be hard chapters. Of course there's going to be arguments. Of course there's going to be days where you may feel disconnected. But if you're with the right person, you do whatever it takes to reconnect. You do whatever it takes to get out of that valley and back to the top of that mountain again. And there's not a lot of fight against understanding, okay, like we're in a lull, we have to do something. We can't keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. That's partnership. That's a relationship. And those are just signs that you know that you're doing life with the right person. So I hope this was helpful. And I love you all so much. Make sure that if you want those bonus episodes, those unfiltered moments with me and my partner and my loved ones and, you know, anyone else I choose to bring on, that you are subscribing to the Patreon. I am also taking on new private clients right now. If you do feel like applying, you can head to the link in the bottom of this episode or go to any of my pages and explore all of my offers and what I have and DM me, ask me questions. And there are links for you to apply anywhere. If you want to book a one-off session, I'd love to see you face to face and chat through any personal relationship struggles that you are going through and give you a personalized roadmap. And I hope you guys have an amazing Monday, and I will see you tomorrow. And if you are listening to this in the morning, afternoon, or night, my loves, I hope you have an amazing morning, afternoon, or night.